Hello, 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 hello. What are you thinking? Are you thinking of anything?
I don't want you to get any carbs because I just eat it.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Claire, Alex. Hello, Blazing Stars. More than one star. Hello, Claire. Hello, Paul Yoward. Lewis is having an eclair, no doubt. Mr. Meat Eater. No, I'm not. I did not. I had 2 teaspoons of sugar today. That's the only carbs that I had. And I had a little bit of my son brought home some berries in syrup, and I had a spoonful of that, which is bad to have. I don't even know. It didn't have a label. I think it was homemade, but it was like drenched in sugar. Um, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Is this the right thing? Is this the right thing? Let me move this up a little bit. Hello, everyone. Hello, Be Kingdom Glass. Let's Google where that is. Keith Bexley is here. Keith More Than Conquers right next to him. Hi there, Lewis and gang. Hello to you. Hello to everybody. Welcome to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. I have a struggle with sugar. I do. Lewis, the ice cream in Oreos is made with microplastic. I mean, it's not made with microplastic. It probably has microplastic. There's microplastic in everything. You're probably right. It's probably worse than that. It's probably made with toxic seed oils. Let's look at the wrapper of that girl from Mars. Do you want to look at the wrapper, or do you want me to do it right now? I'll look at it right now at the wrapper, and I'll look for ingredients, Oreo ice cream sandwich. You're right. You're right, and you're right to actually point this out to me. Milk, sugar, cocoa, wheat flour, coconut oil, and stabilizing gums. Gums. Oreo ice cream sandwiches. Let's see what the ingredients are, what it says the ingredients are. Oh, this is how to make it at home. Oh, these are the homemade kind. Oh my God, it looks so good. It looks so good. Tesco. Let's see what it says in Tesco. Maybe Tesco will give the information out. Filled with chocolate flavor. Value, product information, review. It's got 5-star reviews. The pinnacle of ice. Yummy. It's like, oh my God, it is good. It is good. It's not good for you, and you're totally right. You you're completely right, girl from Mars. Remember, beef is king. I do remember that. It is king. And I had beef today. I had bacon today, which raised my uric acid levels, which raises my blood pressure levels. Yeah, it's a problem, but it hasn't. But you go to the NHS to try to work on it, and they're not even thinking about uric acid. Fidel Castro loved ice cream. Everyone loves ice cream. Yeah, I don't like. Maybe I shouldn't eat it because Claire says carbs are the enemy. They are the enemy. They are the enemy. I've lost 700 grams, which is 70% of a kilogram in a day from when I went, because I went to the when I was on the set. Lewis, you're leading yourself into temptation. I'm not leading myself. There's temptation everywhere. I do care about you, girl from Mars. I know you do. Just to be kind about anyone less fortunate than you. Not all disabled people are fakers. I agree with you. Not all disabled people are fakers. They're not, you know, I don't know where that came from. Alias is here. My friend Alias. Alias from Switzerland. He's living in Switzerland now. We are lucky. If we become a cult, Lewis would say, don't take the Kool-Aid. Too many carbs. Yeah. I remember when Kool-Aid was just all sugar. It was just vats and vats of sugar. And then and then they made it. Have you ever had Kool-Aid, producer?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really bad, really bad stuff. I wouldn't. The Kool-Aid is dangerous. Is dangerous. Julian is here. Julian, welcome, Julian. Welcome, Elias. Good to see you. You're leading yourself into temptation. Ulrich is here too. Hey, do you want to be on the leader of a political party? I asked Leo Kurz, but he passed. I am not a political person. This is not my country. I don't have voting rights here. I'm lucky that they let me stay here. I open my mouth. I should keep my mouth quiet. But I can't help myself. You know. Don't call Lewis a cult. Well, it is. This isn't a cult. This isn't a cult. You don't follow everything that I do, and I don't insist that you follow everything that I do. You know, I mean, I would like to be the leader. I don't want to be the leader of a political party. I don't want people watching me. I don't like. I mean, this is about as much attention as I can get. As much attention as I can get. Basically. We have, we'll have 35 people watching this, maybe 30, maybe 40. This is perfect for me. It isn't perfect, but it is all right. I mean, the idea that millions of people are holding on every word, that they're writing articles about me, I don't like it. Yeah, not a cult. You can leave anytime you like. You can't really, because people hunt you down and follow you. Leo is working real hard writing. Yes, he is. He is a hard worker. Am I a hard worker? I mean, I'm hard as that I'm here. I'm here every single day. Are you hard that you're here every day? It could be, maybe you're here, you don't want to be here. Maybe you're here, is that a sponsor on your t-shirt? Yes, this is the sponsor, Beekeeping Glass. I'll tell you what it's all about. I found the shirt. Where is Beekeeping Glass? I don't see what this is. What exactly is this? Be Kingdom Glass. What am I saying? Be Kingdom Glass. I'm looking this up. Calgary, Alberta? A Calgary-based glass-blowing studio. I found it on the street. I put it on because the other shirt, they said, my son said, it's in Calgary. Is a Calgary. So I'm going to tell everybody that they are a sponsor of mine. Look at all the glass. I'll let you in on the glass. Can you see the glass here? Can you see the beekeeping glass? You're the cream of the crop. Please tell you are. I've spoken about you people frequently. You're good, mostly good. I can't tell if you're all good, but you're all pretty good. You're all okay. I don't mind spending my time with talking to you people. It's like a comedy show. It's like a daily comedy show. It's like going to the pub. That's what this is. We should be going to the pub, but we're here. John Van Dam says, I remember a couple of UK MPs tried to join Bangladesh political parties. What the F was that all about? It's like people have stopped being English, British, Scottish, Anglo-Saxon, Wales, Kentish, Picts. They forgot about the country that we're in. Paul Yoward. You can check out, but you can't leave. You can leave. Anybody can leave whenever they want to leave. I might hunt you down and say, please come back. I won't leave anytime, says Claire. Thank you, Claire. I hope not, Cuffy. I want my money back. No, you got to, I mean, that's the problem. When I ask for money, I'm not happy asking for money. I'm not happy about it. Starmer is a first-class cult. Cultist, I think he's like in their cult, and they've called him up and they say, we want you to be the leader. And so he has to stay. Maybe if he stays long enough, maybe there's a financial incentive for him to stay. Or even worse, he thinks he's saving the world. Keir Starmer, don't you agree? Don't you think Keir Starmer, he thinks he's saving the world? Not good if you can't get the name right. Well, I found this. I've never worn this. I found this the other day. I take it home, I wash it, and there are a few things that I get to keep because they fit me, and other things that I'll sell. And other things, I've got a whole load that's ready to go down to the charity shop, but I can't send it to the charity shop because the buses are closed for 3 days while they're doing some kind of work on the street, I guess. So there's no buses passing by here. So I figure, so I go over to the whatchamacallit. Are we being invaded by Canadians now? Well, I was reading an article about Catherine Ryan and the husband that she was bad mouthing, calling him a deadbeat dad, and not supportive of the family and not loving. And I know him personally, and I know when he was going through this thing, and it's really hard. It's really hard to hold your own against the state and a woman who has the power of the state, and you want to see your kid. We can't discuss that because I'll get really angry. Under current UK law, it's impossible for you to be deported due to your producers being born and raised here. Is that true? Okay, well that's good news. Thank you, Rusty Brown, for that information. Eagles quote. That was my checkout thing. I'm not a huge fan of the Eagles. A few of their songs were amazing, but I don't like the two main guys. And I read the book by the other guy, who was great. That being said, it's not the same as the U.S. anchor baby law, where the Mexicans don't even have to live here pre-birth. They just cross the border, and after 8 months pregnancy. Yeah, well, I hope that's going to be gone. I hope people are beginning to realize how great Donald Trump is. He's doing all the things that need to be done. He's got 2 years. He wants to die the greatest president ever. Who are you talking about? That honeymoon is ended then. She raved about him for years. This is the first husband. I'm talking about Catherine Ryan's first husband. Chagos Islands have been threatened with eviction. Our government can threaten them, but not protect our borders. Yeah, because Keir Starmer is a communist. He doesn't care about English people. He doesn't care about white people. And there was a video that I saw yesterday, the day before, which spoke about this. Did I mention that? This woman, Promethean's woman. She's brilliant. Cash for clothes. Give 50 pence a kilo. Give 150 pence or 50 pence a kilo for old clothes. Where is that? Where is that, Blazing Star? Is there something there? It sounds lovely, blowing glass. Be kingdom glass, with the Scottish accent. Kermit says, I think he believes he is a Class A manipulator. You're talking about Starmer, but even teenagers see through him. Oh, have a vote at 16, but don't have access to social media so we can tell you what to think. Yes, I saw that pointed out. That was absolutely brilliant, Kermit. Did you see the 17-year-old who said no? By your mobile phone, the kid's mobile phone. I suddenly thought you were 16. Should we take away your mobile phone?
16.
I don't know. I just thought you were a kid again, but you're not a kid again. Lewis, you have the human right. They're not going to kick me out. I should have actually checked this out. There's so many things I need to check out. Greenland is for Greenlanders only to decide, but not the Chagos Island. I thought maybe they didn't want to be part of. Maybe they want independence. Maybe they do want independence, and then we should just go invade them again. TFL advert banned because it showed a black guy harassing a white woman on the bus. Yeah, well, this is a black city, right now. That's like 37%, white people. That's exactly what keeps people here that shouldn't be poor. I think that needs to go. Anand's recently used it to stay here despite the abused children being his own. Yeah, it was denying him the right to have family sex with his own kids, Joodles. That's horrible. It's horrible. People send me stuff all the time. And it's hard for me because I agree. I agree with it. It's just, oh God, I know it already. I know it already. Starmer has no good faith bone in his body. He's a communist, Paul Yoward. And as soon as you realize he's a communist, then we can get on with life itself. It also showed a white man too, but it still classifies racist because that means it's 50% white when the city is 65% black. So that's wrong math. Keith Bexley says, yes, Kermit, he and the rest of the cabinet think we don't know. They think we haven't been living here for decades with our eyes and ears. They think we haven't watched the news or the internet every day. They don't think we know. We know. We know. That could be a song. We know. Did you see the GB News black guy had the audacity to defend it? Yeah. And that will change soon. That will change soon when you're asking us to defend the Christian black guy against Islam. This year has been crazy, and we're only in mid-February. Wouldn't shock me if we come out Savile with Starmer's dad. That's how crazy 2026 is, says John Van Dam. That's interesting thought. No, social media till you're 16. Then on your 16th birthday, before being able to properly analyze your politicians, you get to vote. Starmer is a smart man. He comes across as dumb, but is secretly smart. No, he's just, I think he's just sucking up to his own people. You know, the left and the Muslims, he wants those people, but he doesn't, he doesn't want to be the last prime minister. I mean, he does. I guess he does want to be the last prime minister. Why have I an oximeter? I don't know, because it feels great. It's an oximeter. Thank you for using the proper term. Let's see what my heart rate is. I'm going to complain all the white guys as dodgy guys in the adverts. Yeah, maybe that's what we should do. I mean, I have had 2 cups of tea, so I'm at 55 beats a minute. Angles, straight lines, circles, squares, pics are being ignored by the ignorable leaders. Yeah, the angles and pics and circles and straight lines. That's funny, Keith. I mean, moderately funny. That's funny. I don't think he's smart. I think he just believes the rest of us are stupid. I think he thinks a lot of us are stupid. A lot of us are racist. A lot of us are evil because then we're not communists. If we were communists, like we think, what do we think about them? Do we think that they're stupid? I don't know what do you think about them? Is he stupid? I don't think he's stupid. Okay? I think this is what they believe in. They believe in be kind. There was a meme on X showing how woke it's gotten. When the black person is the villain of race, when the black person is the villain, it's racism. When the black guy is the victim, it's racism. And then there are no black people. And when there are no black people, it's racism. Yeah, it's very basically true. I love GB News, but I hate Ofcom. I have no issue with the cast of GB News. I'm not paid by GB News. Well, they're not having Lewis Schaffer on. Why they're not having Lewis Schaffer on? Maybe it's possibly because Nigel Farage doesn't want me on. Who knows what the reason is? We're making our own thing here. Yesterday we had, I think, 250 people watching this stream. So that's a lot of people in the early show. I mean, that's just one show. So this is what we're doing. We're making our own little way here. We don't all agree with the same thing, but at least we can discuss this openly, at least here for now, until it becomes too popular and then people start hating on me. There is no winning with these scum. Everyone has a tad bit of racism in them, not inherently malevolent. Not even communists are not racists, and their ideology depends on it. Yeah, I go further than that, Gnome Hunter. I don't even believe in the cons. I don't think people naturally have a dislike for people of different ethnicities because it's not their own. But they also have a like for, this is what you're saying, have a like for people of different ethnicities. You know, they go, "Ooh, I love your skin. Ooh, I don't love your skin. Ooh, you're one of us. Ooh, you're not one of us." White T-shirt, white hair. You racist, Lewis. Yeah. I mean, I was gonna go to the sunbed today, but I couldn't go because there was no bus. So the bus doesn't come up this street
Is this?
at all. Does it come up towards New Cross Gate?
Yeah, you just have to go over to the other side to get it.
What do you mean the other side? I mean,
Park
so it doesn't go up.
here, no.
It doesn't stop
No, not
here.
at the moment.
Does it stop further up the road?
Probably.
Round, like it, yeah. Even Alex Phillip has lost the plot. Spent a year complaining about being unsafe in the streets of London, yet some cognitive dissonance about the aims of Restore. I feel like it's gotten worse since the BLM terrorists were on the streets. GB News are mad not to have you, but you don't know where you will go with this. Doing the work enjoyable tends to become something. Look at Jay Leno. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, am I doing the work? I'm learning how to talk for 90 minutes, how to read all of your comments, to be in the room. Something good will happen. It's what happened when I was doing the shows at the Source Below on whatever the street is called. I forgot what the street is called. Not Baker Street. It's called Brewer Street, on Brewer Street. Fake Farage said earlier that he will bring back the two-child cap, complete U-turn, and not even prime minister yet. Well, is that a U-turn on him? Did he say the two-child cap? I mean, because people are trying to pretend like it's America, like everybody's America, but every black person. This is not America. You know what I mean? These are people who are coming in. Not all of them, but a lot of them hate this country. You are doing the work, Lewis, and this show is proof. Thank you, Claire. Always something nice out of Claire's mouth. Always something nice. What we need to do here is be as nice as Claire to Lewis. That's what I need. Yeah, and it is work. So, you know what? Work is me saying, hey, can you like and subscribe? That's the least you can do. Everybody like and subscribe. We got 30 people watching. Like and subscribe. I definitely remember Farage saying we should abolish the two-child cap in 2024. But yeah, it's a U-turn. Farage originally said he wouldn't have the two-child cap. Has Rupert contacted you to see if you will absorb this stream into Restore? No. You know what? I'm not being political in that way. I mean, you know what I stand for. I don't want to have my feelings hurt if it doesn't go the way I want it to go. If they bring back two-child cap, it'll only apply to those born after it's changed. Those who get it now won't lose it. I mean, really, this is the most generous country in the world. Get ready for British bankruptcy. Get ready for doom. That's what my friend Doug says. He says the country's going to go, doesn't have the money to act like it acts. It acts like it's a legitimate country, and it's not. The only legitimate country in the world right now is the United States of America. And maybe India, but India is like 40. The top 1% make 40% of the income. Did you see that? I don't think it's unfair that these essentially two races, which is Jews, Europeans, described as white, then black Asians, described as people of color. The idea of this is two-tier. It's wrong. It is really wrong. Racial distinction is wrong. But but also the people are racially distinct. Farage is making a strategic error saying unpopular things that are small fry, like two-child limit. Just stick to important, popular things. That's right, Paul Yoward. I agree with that. People have completely taken the piss out of Britain. Yes, people. Which people? Two groups of people. The immigrants, number one, too many of them. And number two, the British people who haven't fought back until recently. The solution to our plight, says Noam, will come through the system. Unfortunately, they have saturated it with their goons. Even our right-wing parties are hesitating to be right-wing. Well, the two of them, the conservatives and Reform. And Reform said he was a central right party. Who's he sucking up to? There is no center anymore. Lowe has said he will do a referendum on the death policy. This will be really popular. Public has always been in favor of this for heinous crimes. Death penalty, you mean, not death policy, death penalty. Yeah, they let the government rob and steal, says Elias, and didn't rise up. Yes, and they accepted a communist police state. And that's what it is. They want to. I don't know what Farage wants to hang on. He wants Labor to hang on till the next election. Well, things will change. Things will not change. Labor is dead. I believe that. Farage flaps in the wind. He's now part of the establishment. Reform is becoming part of the Blairite uniparty, says Kermit. That's totally agreeable. I agree with that. Totally agreeable. Russia rules the UK from Moscow now. I don't think Russia rules the UK. I think the communists who used to control Russia, rule the UK, but they've been around forever. Something big is coming, says Claire, the girl from Mars. Does anyone else have a feeling something big is coming? Girl from Mars asks. Yeah, I said it. I said it 2-3 years ago. I said we're in a war. The fighting hasn't started yet. The problem with the death penalty is human rights lawyers will make a fortune. Yeah, because Britain needs to control. Britain used to be a country where people didn't go out of their way to mess with it. And now it's so easy to mess with it. Is that what you're saying? Human rights lawyers. So it costs millions to put somebody to death. I don't want the government to put anybody to death because they're going to put people to death who don't belong being put to death. And they will let... You have to remember what the government is. True, Marx invented communism in the UK. Yes, that's true. Marx, they lived here. Paul Yoward says there will be a general election before 18 months and Labor will try and shit the nest up before they leave, a poison chalice as they always do. But they won't be coming back because the left is also against Labor. So they're going to blame Labor and they'll say, we are the Lib Dems, we are the Green Party, and we're not going to, we're the U Party, and we're going to vote somebody else in besides them. Paul Yoward. Fighting has, Lou. Didn't you notice Ukraine and Gaza? World War II started in 2021. Yeah, World War II, but I'm talking about the war here. The war here. There's always been wars other places. But this war is right here. People are fighting. Exactly, 100%. This is what Claire is saying to Kermit. And the Reform voters believe Farage. They believe Farage, so who knows what's going to happen. Who knows what is going to happen. Blazing Star said something interesting, which I don't know what it's in reference to. Andrew Rubin says something, and there's beautiful Joe, Warrior Princess. We can but hope. And hi, Andy. Yeah, that's what she says. And yes, Joe, I'd rather have aliens than Muslims. Yeah, unfortunately, Muslims are not good for the Jews. They're not good for Christians. They're not good for eating pork. They're not good for women working. They're not good for not covering your faces. Yeah. I was talking to Grok about the nature of mind earlier. Alan Williams today said, and then Jeff Goldblum said it was a relevance making machine on Law and Order. And now I feel like I'm in the Matrix. The mind, it was a relevance making machine. How about using quotation marks like you did on Mind? Yeah, keep on use quotation marks. Stock up on the iodine and learn how to treat a sucking chest wound. Stay away from pills and medication. Just eat healthily. Friedrich Engels and Karl Marx, who forged their revolutionary ideology amidst the enchanting ambiance of Cheatham's library, a medieval marvel in Manchester. Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is the thing about Jews. If you're a communist, you can't say it's the Jew. Those two were Jews. If you're a fascist, you can blame the Jew. Who knows? Communism predates Marx. Marx was meant to invent it on a scientific basis. The Plymouth Brethren were communists. Marx, says Paul Yoward, Marx polished his boil-covered ass in the British Museum. He was vile in every way. Yeah, he was bad to his wife. But then again, maybe they'll write about me and say I was bad to my wife too. What happened to fresh coconut? Did he get permanently banned? No, no one's been banned. No one is banned. At the present time, no one is banned. I've only banned a couple of people for a day. So, not everybody comes back. They get bored. They'll be back. And if they're not back, I hope they die. Whatever. Thank you, Rusty. But you were here, and that's what matters. Not aliens. Our politicians are controlled, and nothing we say or do will change anything. We are sitting ducks, just waiting for what they are planning. You can't believe that. If you believe that, we are sitting ducks. Do you agree with what Girl from Mars just said, that we're all sitting ducks? What do you think about that? People recently from other countries shouldn't tell British people how to be in their own home country. I agree with that, Keith Morethan. I agree with that. But look, I'm telling you guys how you should behave. That's wrong too. The Muslims have a 7th century mentality. They will never integrate. It's not in their DNA. Yeah, probably true, Claire. Not in the valleys. I'm on the coast. It is a bit cooler today, but nothing too bad. What are we talking about? Fascism is not inherently anti-Semitic, and also Marx did invent communism, but the idea existed before, just without the name and the economic theory. That's true. Marx was not a Jew. He was born a Jew. Let's go look it up. Was Marx... let's see what Wikipedia says. Marx at Wikipedia. Let's see what he says. Was originally non-religious Jewish, but they converted formally to Christianity before his birth. I mean, Heinrich converted from Judaism to the state in order to retain his career as a lawyer. His maternal grandfather was a Dutch rabbi. Look at the nice house he lived in Trier. The family occupied 2 rooms on the ground floor and 3 on the first floor, purchased by the Social Democratic Party of Germany in 1928, as now houses a museum devoted to him. Would you say he was Jewish? I would say if he did great things, you take credit for him, and I would take credit for him. But I don't think he did great things. That's the thing about the Jews. We work it. We work it. Maybe Engels wasn't. They say Engels wasn't Jewish, possibly. Let's see what it says here. Do you want to read this? Who can read this? By the way, I'm a rabbinical student. Well, we know that. Second worst section aside from the chomping rampages. This is Girl from Mars. We have to make, Claire says, we have to make our own rules and not be sitting ducks, build bunkers, take CCT cameras down, say what we want, regardless of offending. I mean, I'm not promoting breaking the law. I'm promoting voting. A distant relative of mine lived with Eleanor Marx, and they did rallies in the States and wrote loads of communism stuff. He was a shit to her, and he killed herself over him. I'm so proud. She killed himself. Yeah, I guess so. I haven't looked into it, says Rusty Brown, but apparently the mustache man's quote, unquote, family doctor was a Jew who helped many people in his family during the Holocaust, made sure he was spared. Sounds like this. He's done that to other Jews too. He did that to the guy who came up with the glucose theory, Otto Warburg. So that doesn't mean that Hitler did not do bad things. That doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean that. Now, Paul Yoward says communism predates Marx by a long way. He refers to primitive communism and said Kropotkin was before him too. Marx invented Marxism, but he said he was not a Marxist. Frederick Engels was not Jewish. He was born into a German family with a background in Pietist Protestant tradition. Pietist. His father was a strict devout manufacturer in the Rhine province of Prussia. Okay. Before the premiership, before the premiership of a lot of Jews around him, so did other prominent NAZISs. The idea to get rid of them came after the election. Yeah, I mean, because the Jews wanted to be Germans. They believed in it. They believed in Germany. The same way the British people believe in Britain. We believe that Britain was a good country and was going to give us safety, and we supported it. I'm promoting voting too. Voting too, Lewis, but not for our incoming Prime Minister of the New World Order. I know, you can't vote for that, but what can you do? Claire says. Calvinist, the worst type of Christian. Why? I agree, Claire. We're having been beyond welcoming, says Keith Bexley. We need to stand up for our way. So proud of the people who have already started. Yeah. There's a decent GIF, Keith, but I don't think it's made the emoji scene yet. What gift is that? Dying at 74 was a good life. Dying at 65 in 1955 was a good life. Calvinists, they were common law husband and wife. The name was Edward Bibbins Aveling, says Joe. Their book was called The Working Class Movement in America. I have it, and I've yet to read it. Okay, we'll read it and tell us what it's all about. Oh, shit, let me change the thing here. Sorry, you can remind me to take the thing off. Keith more than likes Engel's beard. I mean, communism is horrible because people are SHI with a big T at the end. I personally think that Mustache Man had too many people in his ear who took advantage of his vulnerability. I will never defend evil, but it's not just black and white. P.S. He was evil. Yes, well, he wasn't a globalist. He wanted his own brand of globalism, German globalism, and white people globalism. I guess he saw it coming. He saw the invasion. Most Reformed churches, aside from big Protestant movement, were horrible in what they did. Yeah, but they weren't good times. Oliver Cromwell's genocide of the Irish was justified by Calvinism. Yes, Keith, Operation Overlord and the guys who were removing the cameras, all people like Blazing having loads of kids. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, Keith? What are we talking about, Keith? Can we see Lewis's for a break? You want to? I mean, maybe we should stop talking. I mean, communism is as bad as Nazi whatever is communism, and communism is really bad. We are being paid to come here. The families left behind are being taken care of. They are being paid to come here, are being taken care of. I would like to know, are these men here to harm us? Are they being trained to go home and protect their homeland? No, they're here to replace us. That's what they're here to do. We were being blamed for being more successful than them. I guess Calvinism is a strange and unintuitive. The role of sin in it, that we are all sinners and there's no redemption effective because it is all faded. I mean, are there any Calvinists anymore? Mr. Cuff, what did Mr. Cuff say? Did I miss you, Mr. Cuff? What did you say? Live chat. The live chat is on. Sorry, I didn't see that. I mean, you have a better chance of me reading your thing if it's a bit longer. I mean, it's not fair, but it is. Girl from Mars, they are here to harm us. Yeah, they're here to replace us and to harm us. We're doing a good enough job to harm ourselves by not having children, by abortions, by euthanasia, by COVID vaccines. We're killing ourselves. Daz is here. Hey, Daz. Switzerland is a fair amount of Calvinists, aside from Catholics and Protestants. There are many Calvinist enclaves globally. Let's find out. I'll look on a map. I'm going to look on a map. Please show me a global map of Calvinist communities. And there's our map. Let me see. Please, let's see if there's an image. Calvinism in Europe. Lutheran, Roman Catholic, Church of England, the spread of Calvinism, the Netherlands and Scotland, and then there's Switzerland over here, and then there's a bit over there in Hungary. Calvinist is lots of Calvinists in France, in parts of Germany. There you go, and in Scotland and in Northern Ireland. Predominant religions in the mid: Calvinists Scotland, and interesting. You are not one of us, Lewis. I am of Anglo-Celtic. I am not Jewish. So we are not kin. No, I'm not kin with you people. I'm not kin. The mustache man himself, if you look at his personal life, was an evil guy, totally inadequate. Sexual. Oliver Cromwell gets a bad rap. Well, he wanted to stop dancing. And the British people overthrew him, and they brought the king back. And that might happen here when the Muslims decide to stop dancing and stop music playing and stop having pictures on the wall when they go in and they go to the National Gallery and they tear down all the paintings. If we don't have abortions, would any unwanted children fall into state hands? Yes, or maybe no. Maybe families would look after them. Maybe we'll go back to thinking about families. David Bowen is here. Hi, Lewis. Got my log burner out in Otley. Where is Otley? Otley is up in the north, right? There's a cold up there. I'm not going to share the screen. You want to see? I should have shared the screen. That's Calvinism in Europe. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So you can see where's Calvinist? Calvinist is up in Scotland. It's in the Netherlands over here, in Switzerland here, and this is the predominant religion. But Calvinists are a lot of different places. It's raining again. Can you believe that? Is that all you need to see? That's the 18th century Mac. It doesn't apply to the year of our Lord. Okay. I'll go back. Protestant Reformation. Which of these maps? I don't see it. I don't see. The peak, 1620, Calvinist populations. Lutheran, Calvinist, Anglican, Hussite, Unitarian. I can't find it, everybody. I'm sorry. Calvinists use standard Protestant Bibles, but they interpret them as through a specific ideological framework that emphasizes divine sovereignty. I see only war and problems. This is what Girl from Mars says. Problems with lying media. I go out every day and people are awesome. Yeah, we need people. We need to hang around. Trump has offered asylum to oppressed UK citizens, says Paul Yoward. That's good. That's really good. Girl from Mars at the moment That's true for some parts of the UK, but down here we have rapes at all-time high, and some immigrants who are taking up 9 hotels in my town. Yeah, that's really, really, really wrong. Really, really, really wrong. Fun fact, only 2 political parties in the UK have been investigated for anti-Semitism. One is Labour and the other is the National Front. And Starmer is statistically the worst prime minister. Well, how do we know that? Do we really know that? Do we know that? I don't know if we know that. Hold on a second. Up. Should we continue along this line? I'm well protected, 5 awesome children, and a big dog, big as a horse. Okay, Jehovah's Witnesses believe in making heaven on earth. Jehovah's businessmen making profit in enterprise, buy the tickets. Okay, good joke there. I'm being replaced. I'm being mouthy all the way. If I'm being replaced, this is what Keith says. I'm going to be mouthy all the way. Yeah, if you can be, if you can be, if you can be. Anyway, so let's just take a break right now. I'm exhausted. I probably need to get a glass of water. But can we go to this? Can we subscribe? If you haven't subscribed, can we like the stream? It's really important. I mean, I don't understand Christian. I should have studied Christian religions more. You know, I haven't. But I know this. I know the Catholic Church is not doing the right thing right now. Number one. Number two is if you want to make a contribution to keep the stream going, it's so important to Lewis Schaffer and to the stream. It's really important. So maybe make if you haven't made a contribution this month, you can go to Ko-fi. Lots and lots of people have contributed to Ko-fi. Lots and lots of people. Okay? At ko-fi.com. Okay? So go there. What else? Also, we have Patreon and PayPal for longer contributions, whatever. I'm going to go up to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm going to go when I die. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm going to go on the piss with George Best. That's not the exact lyrics, Mr. Cuff. But that was like a #1 song in America during a time when people were turning against Christianity. If someone asked me what this show is about, I'd lie down for a bit. Yeah, what is this show about? I don't even know what it's about. Thank you, Gnome Hunter, for putting this up. PayPal, Patreon. And remember, go to Discord. Remember, I mean, I don't know whether, because I changed the angle of the thing here. I've changed the angle. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. There we go. Let's go to Twitter. Let's all be friends on Twitter so we know what's going on. If Just Stop Oil don't do the paintings in the first place, the elite are doing nothing to stop them. Yes, doing nothing. Doing nothing. That's why we need somebody strong who's going to be. It's like they're constantly asking the question, did you vote for Donald Trump to do what Donald Trump is doing? And did you? I don't know if you did. I did. He's doing exactly what I wanted him to do, but I didn't think he had the balls to do it. And that's what we're afraid of. We're afraid, will Keir Starmer do what we're voting for him to do? I'm not sure. And that's why I think Rupert Lowe is doing the best job. He's saying, I'll be back in a minute. Columbus. I was thinking, you didn't get it. I didn't get it. Cold outside. I had to get some water. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, this is what Claire is saying. I respect you. You're being hopeful, girl from Mars, but we're in the middle of a war where one side is killing, violating, and the other side is sitting watching TV soaps on TV. Very true. David Bowen is here. David Bowen, welcome back, David Bowen. Have you subscribed to the channel so you get notification of what's going on? That would be nice if you got notification of it. I don't know what's going on. I might have to go. There's no bus, but I might have to go into our little area has no bus service. That's the amazing thing about my little place here. No bus service. We are our own God within each of us, the scriptures hide. There we go. David Bowen. He's like David Bowie, alias says. I'm not getting into this debate. It's not that simple in general. Christianity is the most grounded religion in terms of accepting science. But that is subject to the denomination. Yes, generally speaking. Or you could say being Jewish is even more grounded into this. I wanted to read something. I found something today. I wanted to read something. Have you seen this? Catherine Ryan's little-known history with her ex after claiming he breadcrumbs their daughter, Violet, 16, and never pays for anything. This is something that she had said on her podcast. So we don't know what the truth is because I didn't hear the podcast, but I know the guy that she's talking about. And he's like lovely. And when it was going on about 10 years ago, and one thing you could say, I mean, I'd like to read this thing. She wants a deadbeat dad. She doesn't want anybody telling her how to raise her kids. This is a lot of women today. They think that they're a boss lady. She thinks she's a boss lady. There's her and her kids. Look at her and her kids. He's my child's dad, she said in 2019, and for that reason, I shall never say a bad word about him, which is saying a bad word. But speaking of the podcast, the mum of four did not hold back her true feelings about Violet's father. she would excel at his level of low effort parenting, calling the guy a low effort parent. I think I would be a great dad, like a non-contact parent, because it's so easy to be a non-contact parent. It's so easy. This is like the mother of my kids, what she would say about me. But she wouldn't, it's like I was a total contact parent. I was like totally there. All you have to do with a teenage girl is drive to the mother's house, send her a text, and go, do you want to come get Starbucks with me? It's all they have to do. If not, I'll go get you a Starbucks. I'll drop it off, come back in the car, and give it to you and say, hey, how are you? I love you. Here's your Starbucks. Bye. No pressure. Yeah. Yeah, this is what they think it is. And then you wind out you're a McDonald's dad with no power and your kids are gay. That's what happens. That's what happens. It's a lot of pressure because you got to show your kid you love them. They could stay with you. I wanted my kids to stay with me, but they weren't allowed to stay with me. I've heard so many dads go, well, she's using me for rides. I don't get anything back. The flow goes one way, parent to child. There's nothing they can do wrong. Just make yourself available. Make some type of sacrifice. Yeah, she's the sacrificer. She's an absolute horrible person. Horrible person. I'm pretty sure she hates me. She hates me because of that accusation that was made against me. How do you turn these things off? These ads on the side here. Unfortunately, my daughter doesn't have the dad I would want her to have. Yeah, because you took the kid because the kid didn't stay with the father, because the kid was staying with you, and you probably said, do you want to stay with your dad? She wrote, no, because she could see that the mother needed. This is the anger of Lewis Schaffer. I thought that being a stand-up comic was conducive to single motherhood. She's like one of these women. She's proud to be a single mother. I mean, I know there are some single mothers here. Sorry about this. I'm sorry. I'm not going to read this thing to you because I'm not going to read it to you. Wouldn't you say the exact same thing? Make the effort. No, he wanted to make the effort. He was an effort for father. But when you've got a woman like that who prevents your kid from staying with you for any meaningful length of time, and the court order says you could pick the kid up for 2 hours or whatever, if you're lucky, if the mother lets you do that. Yeah, it's one of those things. I get so the total absolute lying. I don't think Catherine Wright is funny or a nice person. Well, I don't think she is either. She isn't. And the guy who she married was a lovely guy, a good guy. How do you know he wanted to make the effort, Lewis? Did it say that? I was collecting a parcels. I know him personally. I've spoken to him personally about this. I know his problems in his situation, which are exactly similar to my problems in my situation. She is a proud single mother. That's what she is. Most Canadian comments are good. Ryan and Dana Alexander was poor at best on GB. That was just on GB News. Yeah, she didn't want him to be. She wanted to divorce him. She wanted something better. She brought the guy here to the country, and then she realized there was something better out there than what she got. I don't agree that all children don't have a father figure. What happened there? It's not that she's a good comedian or a bad comedian. She's bought into the female boss babe single mother thing. She's bought into it, and she divorced the guy because she wanted more. And she froze him out. the women freezing men out, and the state freezes men out. And they have a choice. Like I had a choice. Am I going to sit here and cry in front of my children, or am I going to brave it? And that's, I never stopped you from seeing your children. I never stopped you. Dana Alexander at least used to be a good stand-up, but leftism killed that. I mean, who knows? Maybe, I haven't spoken to Dana in a long time. I think we were friends or friendly or something. And, she's, I don't know. I'm an American. I'm proud to be an American. I'm a right-wing American. There used to be a lot of single women at her gigs. Yeah, you could believe it. She's the lady who made fun of Lee Anderson for being dressed as the devil with zero context while she was on BBC's flagship show, Have I Got News for You? She said, imagine I'm telling your kids about identity. Okay? Are you sure you are not just crazy, Lewis? I must have seemed crazy, because the average British man would not have fought for his kids as much as I fought for them, because I didn't know I would totally lose. I thought I would win, because they talk about English justice. The average man in this country goes, you can't win. I can't win against a woman in court. So, just be nice to her. She's a lady. Yeah, Rusty Brown said that. That was not, interesting. I hope Dana gets it back again. She has I think she's great, Dana. I think she's great. Dana Alexander, I think she's great. I haven't seen her recently. I haven't seen anybody recently. I don't know whether they're good or they're not. But that's the problem. The problem is this. At least she's had kids. At least she's had kids. And now she's 43. She ain't quite as beautiful as she, whatever. I'm sorry for talking like this. If my wife hadn't divorced me, I would still be married. If she hasn't totally... When my parents got divorced, I always thought it was unfair how Mom would talk negatively about my dad, but my dad would slap me if I dared be disrespectful of my mom. Yeah, which is why... Yeah, that's very... I didn't never said anything bad about my kids until my kids... About my ex-wife, until my kids were like 18 years old. And by then... or more. By then, I had already understood what the situation was, that she wasn't evil, that she was just raised, in a bad time, and what these single boss lady women believe, which is really unhelpful. She's 43 and has a secret girlfriend now, I bet. Probably she does. Probably she wants, my son thinks we are all your free therapists. Why? Why my free therapy? Because I'm talking about my situation? Is that what you're saying? I say you are beyond help, and that is fine by me. Yeah, What help do I need? Tell me in a sentence what help. To forgive my wife, my ex-wife, for destroying her family because her husband, me, was me? Is she happier now? I was planning to spoil my vote, but I agree. I hadn't thought of that. I shall give my blessing. Okay. What would you say to me? I think she's flirting with you, Lou. I don't know if she is. But the day is still young. How would you say I need to change through therapy? I don't believe in therapy anymore. And I'm a Jew. We invented therapy. I don't believe in it. I think it's a feminist, feminizing, horrible thing. Did she get that restraining order, Alan? I think Dubes is trying to avoid me. Yes, you're talking about Dubes. Your boys are a credit to you, Lewis. The three of you are lovely. Well, maybe you could blame the mother on that. Maybe the fact that I moved around the corner and saw my kids every day, or try to see my kids every day. I tried to have them. I mean, I made a mistake because I should have called them every single day. That's the mistake that I made. And obviously it's proof they're living here. They're living here because they did not get enough of me when they were growing up. Therapy, I just want to talk to my friends and we just deal with stuff. Information is what you need. You need to know that someone like Catherine Ryan is a horrible, horrible person. Welcome to the poor me section of the show. It isn't poor me, it's poor you. It's poor you women out there who think because you're boss ladies, because you're single mothers, because you have abortions, all these things that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It isn't that way. It isn't poor me. I'm doing great. I've got my 2 kids right here. Okay? I've got girls who love me. It isn't poor me. I think the UK and the US should create its own official recognized union. Let's be honest. When the poo hits the fan, the European continent, they'll beg for help from the UK, then the USA. Yeah, they will beg. Yes, Rusty. It is that way. It isn't poor me. I sent the message to my friend, to Catherine Ryan's. I'm with him. And he said thank you. USA belongs to Israel. Why does everyone don't talk about this? The USA doesn't belong to effing Israel. Okay? The USA is a big country on its own. You want to blame the Jews for everything. Blame the fucking Jews for everything. That's girl from Mars. That's a loser mentality. When you blame the Jews for everything. The USA is our greatest enemy, a terrorist state, worse than China and Russia by far. You want to believe that, you go ahead and you believe that. First of all, China is the biggest enemy of China. What they're doing in China is similar to what they're doing here. So they're a bad country, and Russia is not such a great country either. Okay? And Russia is a globalist empire country. We have military bases in Britain and in Germany, and we have not taken over their country. What America has done for Britain in the past, since the war and during the war, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And that's also a loser mentality. Losers in this country hate America. Now I'm all angry. I'm angry. I'm like really angry. I'm so sorry, Alan. I met her once, about 10 years ago. If I'd only known, I put a word in for you. Talking about what's her name. That's honestly what I exactly believe. Well, you're fucking wrong. You can believe that stupidity, but that makes you stupid. That Russia and China are worse than America. America is just tired of paying for Europe's defense. And while Europe basically disintegrates, we're tired of it. They're tired of it. At least some of the people are tired of it. F Europe, F Europe, F Europe. And that's what Brexit's all about. It's F Europe. It's F the communists in Europe. It's not bad countries to hang out with. Lewis, as a Jew, you get taught to look ahead to see when the Nazis are coming. But they're here already. The Nazis are here and they're calling us. Yes, I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. Then they're here. You should listen to me. We've been taught to see when the next problem is coming. When it's time to to get the hell out. Russia is probably the least globalist nation. They practice realpolitik. Yes, they have a Russian empire. They've got Vladivostok and Sevastopol and Murmansk and St. Petersburg. They're okay, but they're not having the people, and they don't have the money to pay for their empire. We never get any news from China. My Chinese ex used to their riots and revolts all the time. I watch a lot of the stuff all the time. Their economy is a lie. All that 5 and 8 and 9, 10% growth every year was an effing lie. They just took the money from the people because the people weren't paid enough, and they built buildings, and they said this is increasing our GNP, whatever. Did you know he's involved in intergalactic spice mining? What are you talking about? Zelensky had stated many times that he wants victory, not peace. Why is the UK and the US still paying him money to fight a war he can't win? Yeah, because it's important to Germany. It's important to France that Russia be suppressed. But it's not important to America anymore. I mean, people, the posh twats hate America. Hate America. I never saw any anything in this country except anti-Americanism. Like, oh, you Americans are this, you Americans that. Just bitter loserness. Chinese pop is predicted to drop through the floor. Chinese pop, the music. America is awesome. It's awesome for Americans. And Britain, the growth in Britain is dropping. Lewis, you have a t-shirt on. Is your home heated? It's heated. It's heated here. It's 24 degrees. 24 degrees. It's nice and warm in this place. It's nice and warm. Okay, there's me. I mean, this is day 2 of me not being likable. I'll be likable the 10:30 show. I've gotten it out of my system. I've gotten it. I shouldn't have read that because you know what people say, Lewis, you don't care about stuff, but I care more. I really care deeply. Not all children have a father figure, are the worst off. There are some amazing single moms that have been left to pick up the pieces. Some fathers are just sperm donors and bad influence. Yes, some are, but not as many as you think they are. Men want children. They want to see their children. They want their children to be on the same team as them. And women are denying that to them. Come move in. It's really warm. You can walk around the house naked, Lilith. It's really warm here. Beautifully. And I basically turn the heat off because it's so warm, but the heat's coming up through the building. Churchill wanted victory as a necessary requirement of peace. Yeah, well, you know, the Ukrainians and the Russians are relatives, but they're also at war with each other. And Russia feels like it needs part of the Ukraine that is filled with Russians, and that was given away by Khrushchev in 1952, I think. If I was in power, I'd say medical supplies and food for all Ukrainians. Then Ukrainian women aged 18 to 25 who aren't fat to enter Lewis Schaffer's home. That's 100% fit. They're beautiful women. A friend of mine, well, Paul, whatever. Naked. I will scare the producer. Probably, yeah. No, don't. Okay. Anyway, so thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. I yelled at Joodles because Joodles said that I was. What did Joodles say? We have to remember who our friends are. America is an enemy of royalty, but we believe in Britain. Okay? We believe in Britain. We like Britain. We're not trying to take over Britain. Okay? We're against, I mean, Donald Trump is against communism. Yeah. Anybody who knows me knows that Lewis Schaffer gave a big poo. When did you yell at me? I yelled at you, Joodles, because you said poor as me or something like that, like I was saying that. What did you say? You said something. I forgot the exact words. And Jedster even said Joodles poking the bear as usual. And Mr. Cuff went Joodles, oh, said thumbs up. I'm looking for what Joodles wrote. I'm looking for what Joodles wrote. I'm looking for that. Welcome to the poor me section of the show. I'm not saying poor me. I'm saying poor. This is what I said. This is what I said. Maybe I shouldn't have said it. It's like not the poor me section of the show. It's the poor women section of the show. The poor women section of the show. This is the essence of it. Women fighting for shit that goes against them. Then they end up all alone and lonely, and looking after kids all by themselves, and having their kids hate them. It isn't the poor me, it's the poor you. Get over your mother or an ex-wife. I'm not getting over. Your situation's different. But as you know, it's not good. It's not good to be left alone. I want to see Joodles and have her own show. See Joodles have her own show where she just yells at her guests. Jews, I yell. Yeah, I'm sorry. I yell at you people. What, you can't stand to be yelled at? I yell at you. If you're against the Jews, I'm going to yell at you. If you're against America, I'm going to yell at you. If you think that men are shit, I'm going to yell at you. If you think it's good to be a single mother, I'm going to yell at you. Everybody, okay. I'm going to go up to I'm going to read who the top fans are. Get ready to guess what the highest number in today's horrible stream was. Another horrible stream. This has been one of the worst streams that we've had because I've yelled at you. I shouldn't yell at you. I shouldn't. This is my audience. My audience here are you people. You don't even realize the anti-Americanism, the anti-Israel Jewish thing. You don't even realize it's so planted by the evil enterprise that is the British state. The British people are good, but the BBC and whatever the things are bad. 26 6 badges. 25 is Toxic Oil. 24 is David Bowen. Welcome in, David. The Jedster is 23. Daz is 22. Maltese Phil is 21. Oh, there you go. Is he cheating, Kermit? Maltese Phil is 21. Keith Bexley is 20. Julian is 19. Lilith is 18. John Van Dam is 17. Andrew Rubin is 16. Ulrich is 15. Gnome Hunter is 14. Alan Williams is 13. Mr. Cuff is 12. Alex is 11. Thank you, Alex. Keith More Than Conquers is 10. Joodles is 9. But you're there the entire time. Good to see you, Joodles. Joe is 8. Hi-Ho Kermit is 7. Paul Yoward is 6. Alias, my friend Alias. This is what the guy looks like. Alias is 5. Girl from Mars, you're 4. A round of applause for Girl from Mars. Rusty Brown Ring Donut is 3. Number 2 is Blazing Star. You've moved up there. And number 1, she can't even receive it because she's not here, because she's gone off to work, is Claire. So a round of applause to Claire for being the top fan. And then let's go down here and see what people have said. Remember, you got to be the first person to put the number in. Daz is a 34. Mr. Cuff is a 36. The Jedster is 35. Lilith is 28, not 18. Andrew Rubin is 28. John Van Dam is 34. Lucy, Joe Warrior Princess says 33. 69. May someday we'll have 69. Anyway, I've just gotten the word in from Kermit, who's the official tabulator of this show. And the winner is, for this show, which is the 18th of February, 2026, is Mr. Cuff again at 36. Mr. Cuff again at 36. He is like unbelievable. He's a winner. He is a winner. So congratulations to Mr. Steve Cuff for being a top guy. Everybody stay on the stream for a couple of minutes. If you want to say you forgot to mention my name, Lewis, I demand an apology. I don't like to be yelled at by you. I think you're a misogynist, Lewis. I think you're you're complaining yourself. 36. I mean, it's really interesting how we basically have the same number throughout the entire show, basically. And let's find out the concurrent viewers. Who wants to guess what the total viewers for the stream is? Anybody want to guess this for an extra bonus point? It starts at 0 and it ends at a certain number. It's impossible to guess, but it's 124. 124 were watching this stream, but at any time we had 36 people on the stream. 36 people on the stream. Basically, it's quite static. It's quite static. It's been we hit 30 at about 5:30. We hit 30, and just now we've hit 31. It's been static. It's been static. I told you yesterday why I picked that number. Joodles. Cuffy's amazing, Lewis. Would we win a garden gnome? A random, I know. I don't have any garden gnomes here. You come to my house. If you come to my house, you can take something away as a gift from Lewis Schaffer. Not my underpants, please. Okay, so we'll see you later, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I will see you today at 10:30, I hope. Okay? Can we have the portrait of me in the back? I don't know. That's the one thing that has some value, possibly. Possibly. I don't know. I'm not that generous. I'm not that generous. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for being part of this show and my life. Thank you for letting me yell at you. Thank you for letting me get upset and forgiving me. I apologize. I do apologize. Okay.